today we are gonna talk about punctuation. So please open page 83. Punctuation is used to create sense, clarity, and stress in sentences. You use punctuation marks to structure and organize your writing. In order to achieve this, we have to follow a lot of rules. What does it mean? It means that punctuation is all about a group of signs that are essential or important when you are writing. They show the reader where sentences start and finish, and they also can make your writing easy to understand. In order to use punctuation, we have to follow a lot of rules. Number one is capitalization. We have to capitalize the first letter of the first word in a sentence. For example, my best friend is Susan. Here the first word is my, and the first letter is M. That is why we make it capital. Number two, the pronoun I. He and I never agree. So whenever you use the pronoun I, you have to write it capital. Number three, abbreviations and acronyms formed from the first letters. For example, like USA and UN. USA is from United States of America. So we took the first letter and made it an abbreviation, which is USA. Number four, names of people. My best friend is Susan. So names of people like Ahmed, Muhammad, Yara, and Susan, we have to write the first letter capital. Number five, nationalities, languages, and religions. Nationalities like Japanese, like Egyptian, languages like German and English, religions like Islam, Christianity, Muslims, Christians. Number six, names of days, months, and special days, but not the names of seasons. So, names of days like Monday, Tuesday, names of months like January, March, special days or events like festivals or Ramadan, but not the names of season. So, we have 4 seasons in a year: spring, summer, fall, and winter. We don't write the first letters capital, we write them in small letters, okay? Then we have second rule is follow stop. We use a follow stop at the end of a sentence. For example, hockey is a popular sport in Canada. This is a sentence, so at the end we write a follow stop. Use a period or a follow stop after certain abbreviations. For example, BC is the province located on the west coast. So, here we have an abbreviation which is PC, that's why we used follow stop. Dr. Mark was a Canadian who worked in China. Doctor here is an abbreviation, that's why we used a follow stop. Number 3, question mark. Use a question mark at the end of a sentence to show a direct question. For example, how many provinces are there in Canada? This is a question, that's why at the end we put a question mark. Number 4, exclamation mark. We use an exclamation mark at the end of a sentence to show surprise or excitement. For example, we won the cup, or the forest is on fire. Number 5, comma. We use a comma to show a pause in a sentence. For example, therefore, we should write a letter to the Prime Minister. So after therefore here we have a pause, that's why we use the comma. Number 2, use the comma with a quotation marks to show what someone has said directly. I can come today, she said, but not tomorrow. Use commas for listing 3 or more different things. I want to eat fish, rice, and salad. So here I'm listing what I wanna eat. Number 4, use commas with relative clauses that add extra information to a sentence. For example, Emily who was born in 1871, was a great painter. So here were the extra information. Who was born in 1871. That's why we put it between two commas. Number 6, apostrophe. We use an apostrophe to show ownership of something. For example, this is David's computer. This computer belongs to David. So that's why we write or we use an apostrophe. These are the player's things that belong to the player. Then we have a note. For nouns in plural form, put the apostrophe at the end of the noun. So we put the apostrophe after the S. For example, these are the players' things that belong to the players. So we have more than one player. Number 2, use an apostrophe to show letters that have been left out of a word. For example, I don't know how to fix it. So here, don't was do not and became don't with an apostrophe after we read the O and put apostrophe instead of the O. Number 7, we have quotation marks. Use quotation marks to show what someone has said directly. The Prime Minister said we will win the election. So we put what the Prime Minister said between two quotation marks. Number 8, we have column. Use a column to introduce a list of things. There are 3 positions in hockey: goalie, defense, and forward. We can also use a column to introduce a long quotation. For example, the Prime Minister said we will fight, we will not give up, we will win the next election. So that is a long quotation. Now we are gonna answer some questions, so please concentrate. Punctuate the following sentences. Number 1, what did Noha and Ruqayya do? So here, what is the first word. That's why we have to capitalize the first letter, which is W. And then we have a name of a person like Noha and Ruqayya, so we'll make it capitalized. And this is of course a question, so that's why we are gonna add a question mark at the end. Number 2, my name is Ayman. Here we have to capitalize the first letter, which is M. We have a person's name, which is Ayman, so we will make it capital, and it's a sentence, so we will put a full stop at the end. Ali and Ahmed don't like beans. Number 3, Ali and Ahmed are names of people or persons, so we'll make it capital. And then we have don't, we have to put an apostrophe because it was do not and it became don't. And it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 4, I met Heba and Rana yesterday. We'll make the first letter capitalized, I, and the pronoun I, it's of course capitalized. And then we have names of people like Heba and Rana, so the letter H and the letter R will be capitalized. It's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 5, what is Mona's favorite food? Here we have the first letter, we'll make it capitalized, W, and we will put apostrophe before the S. Mona is the name of a person, so we'll make it capitalized. Mona's favorite food, so it's something that belongs to Mona. That is why we will put the apostrophe before the S. And it's a question, of course, so we'll put a question mark. Number 6, they don't go to school on Friday. We'll make the letter T capitalized because it's the first letter. Put the apostrophe at don't. And here we have a name of day, which is Friday, so we'll make it capitalized. And it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Adil and Muhammad aren't tall. So we have names of people, which is Adil and Muhammad. We'll make the letters A and M capitalized. Here we have aren't. We'll put the apostrophe after N, because it's like don't, do not, don't, are not, aren't. And it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 8, can I help you, Reem? So we'll make the first letter capitalized, which is C. We have the pronoun I, we'll make it capitalized. And we have a name at the end of a question. That is why before it we have to put an apostrophe. And it's a question, so we'll make a question mark at the end. Number 9, Hoda went to Cairo last Sunday. So Hoda is the name of a person, so we'll make it capitalized. Cairo, a name of a country or city, so we'll make it capitalized, the letter C. And Sunday is a name of a day, so we'll make the letter S capitalized. And it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 10, does Iman live in Alexandria? So the first letter here is D, so we'll make it capitalized. We have a name of person, which is Iman, so we'll write the letter A capitalized. And Alexandria is a city, so we have to write the letter A capitalized. And it's a question, so we'll put a question mark at the end. Number 11, is English Hans' favorite subject? So first of all, we will capitalize the first letter, which is I. We have a language here, which is English, so we have to write the letter E capitalized. We have a name of a person, which is Hand. We'll write the letter H capitalized. And then we have Hand's favorite subject, so it's something that belongs to Hand. That's why we have to write apostrophe before the S. And it's a question, so we'll write a question mark at the end. Number 12, it's 7 o'clock. So capitalize the first letter, which is I. Put an apostrophe before S because it was it is, and it became it is. Write an apostrophe after the O in o'clock, and write a full stop at the end. Number 13, is Ahmed going to come on Monday? Capitalize the first letter, which is I. We have a name of person, so we will write it capital, which is A. And we have a name of a day, which is Monday, so we'll write it capitalized. It's a question, so we'll write a question mark at the end. Number 14, what is Nahala doing? What is Nahala doing? So capitalize the first letter, which is W. We have to write the apostrophe before the S. So we'll make the letter W capitalized. We have to put apostrophe after before the S. And we have a person's name, which is Nahla. We have to write the letter N capitalized. And it's a question, so at the end we'll put a question mark. Number 15, he isn't going to Giza. We'll write the first letter capitalized, which is H. We have an apostrophe and isn't. Giza is a city, so we have to write the first letter capitalized, which is G. It's a sentence, so we have to write a full stop at the end. Number 16, Mona and Aya don't like cakes. So Mona and Aya are persons' names. We have to write them capitalized. We have an apostrophe in don't, and it's a sentence, so we will write a full stop at the end. Number 17, are Ayman and Adil here? So the letter A is the first letter in a sentence in the word, so we'll make it capitalized. We have Ayman and Adil, which are names of people, make it capitalized. And it's a question, so we'll put a question mark at the end. Number 18, who is going to the Egyptian Museum? So we'll write the letter capitalized. We have the Egyptian Museum, which is a famous place, so we have to write the letter E and the letter M capitalized. And it's a question, so we write a question mark at the end. Number 19, this Said's father. So we have to write the first letter capitalized, which is T. Said is a person's name, so we have to write the letter S capitalized. Here we have an apostrophe in Said's father because he belongs to Said, he is his father. And it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 20, we have Ahmed and Ali didn't plan a seat. So Ahmed and Ali are names of people, so we'll write them capitalized. We have an apostrophe in didn't, and it's a sentence, so we'll put a full stop at the end. Number 21, how can Basim go to Aswan? We have to write the first letter capitalized, which is H. Basim is the name of a person, and Aswan is the name of a city. So we'll have to write the letter A capitalized. It's a question, so we have to put a question mark at the end. 22, where is my bag, Nada? We have to write the first letter capitalized, which is W. And we have a name at the end of a question, so we have to write a comma. Nada is the name of a person, so we have to write the letter N capitalized. And it's a question, so we have to put a question mark at the end. 23, does Johnny like animals? We have to write the first letter capitalized, which is D. Johnny is the name of a person, so we have to write the letter D capitalized. And it's a question, so we have to write a question mark at the end.